They say it's a universal language that transcends cultures and geographic locations. For some, love is a once-a-year thingy stuff thing like birthdays, wedding anniversaries, and the highly rated Valentine's Day. Universally, February has now been recognized as the Lovers' Month. We, on Life by Design, want to take a detour from our usual broadcast to bring to you a special Love by Design series. This unique Love by Design series will see us exploring love from a holistic point of view, love between two consenting adults in a marriage relationship. Yes, I know love is a very deep word that has different meanings, but for this special Love by Design series, we will be looking at romantic love. For everyone that has been or is in love, they have their myths, misconceptions and fallacies, and of course, the thrills of love in a marriage relationship. Love is a medicine that everyone needs in life. The question is, are you getting enough love? Are you given enough love? If you want to know the answers to these questions or you want to rate your love temperature, then stay tuned to this special Love by Design series with Joe Abbas Bangura.
Welcome to Life by Design. Welcome to the show. This is where we help you to create the blueprint for the life you've always wanted for yourself, your family, and those of us with bigger perspective. This is not just about us, it's also about our communities, and it's also about our nation, Sierra Leone. I'm Joe Abbas Bangura, and this is Life by Design. Welcome back. Now, we started Love by Design series in the last edition of the show, and a couple of things we discussed. Why some relationships break down, and why some love and romantic relationships goes, for a lifetime, till death us do part, and it's actually till death apart. What's the secret behind this? We started sharing last week that one of the reasons why this happens is that people don't realize that relationship goes through 5 stages, and they think it's just one stage. It's just romantic and full stop. Because your brain generates chemical substances that gives you that hype as if it were a drug. But then all of a sudden, between 2 months and 2 years, the brain stops producing those chemicals. You wake up one morning and look at the person you only don't hear you and think is the most incompatible person. Because when you were in the romantic stage, you could only see them through your own lens. It's new love. You don't know if you're Ben, if you don't know you're too tall, you're too short, you don't know. You can't even see them because it just blind you. They say love is blind. That's what it does. It keeps you blind. When it stops producing that chemical, you've now entered to the power struggle stage. And we said, we looked at what's in the characteristics of a power struggle stage. Love hangover steps in. The highest percentage of marriage divorces, first marriage divorces, happen here at this stage. It's such a painful time for a couple, because the illusion is that the romantic stage would last forever. But it falls away, and it's replaced by a feeling of disappointment and anger. Instead of seeing the similarities you used to see today, all you see now is the differences. The things that you don't have in common. The things that are incompatible. Your partner's flaws. They were there. The love chemicals will make you not the same. And what you do, you get to work to try to change the partner back into the person you thought they were. If they don't change, you punish them. Whether a man or a woman, you don't cook well, you don't come na house, you begin tight your face. Often one partner pulls back because they need space. The other partner, when need them, will be chasing them and feel emotionally deserted. If you can relate with any of this in your relationship, then your relationship is in a power struggle stage. How do you break free from that? We would pinch them small by small by small, because when we get to the 3rd edition of the show, we will share with you what you need to do to break free from the power struggle stage. Let's take this break. Welcome back. Welcome back, wherever you are, at home, wherever you are. Don't forget this special edition of Life by Design, which we call Love by Design. Our Love by Design series coming to you by courtesy of we series sponsor Goodies. It says, when it's good, it's goodies. That's what they say. But it's by courtesy of Goodies and of the normal partner of Life by Design, AfriCell, and AYV. It's a pleasure bringing you today, and we've already talked about rising star couple that we have for this love series, Mr. and Mrs. Abubakar Karbo. Put your hands again once more.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
Welcome to the show. Let's go on through with this. Usa meet. Where did you first meet? You said was in university.
College, Forbay College.
Forbay College. So you met at Forbay College. What were you reading at that point in time?
I was reading African Studies. I was
African Studies.
Diploma course.
Diploma course in you know. And then what were you reading?
Economics.
And you said you were the final year.
Yes, I was in final year graduating.
Graduating. Yeah. What event? What happened? What was the incident? What was the event? Why you saw her for the first time?
Oh, normally we used to have gatherings. And
what kind of gatherings?
Social gatherings.
Okay.
So we met there, and that was the first time I saw her.
So was it one of those clubs you see Madruga? What was it? What was it?
No.
You can't remember?
She was about to join a female club. And I was a member for a male club.
Okay.
So we met.
Okay.
And,
he had some girlfriends, right?
A lot of them.
A lot of them. Now, he had girlfriends, a lot of them. And what made you, was there any feeling at that point in time that, this is going to be different than the other ones?
Yes.
Was there anything? How was that?
You can tell when I saw her for the first time, because when I saw her, I didn't speak to her. I was just looking at her.
You were just looking at her?
I was asking questions.
Who were you asking questions?
My friends.
You're asking your friends about her?
About her, if they know her. So something tells me in between, I felt that.
You felt that?
Yes.
What if you felt the same about other ones?
Well, with the others before, they've been there, so I know.
All right, we won't go too far with that. What do you love about her the most?
One of the things that made me believe that she's the one, she's pushy.
She is pushy.
Very pushy. And whenever I have plans for things that I want to do, she'll be on my neck to ensure that I achieve these
things. If you make a promise, you have to keep your promise.
You have to keep your promise.
And it's always about long-term future. It's always about positive, constructive, and strategic things. Now it's your turn. What do you love most about Bakar?
He's hardworking.
Very hardworking.
Caring. And he loves to push me also.
So now push for push.
College, from diploma, I went to do a degree course in sociology.
Now, how often do you have serious disagreements that leads to fight, quarrels, and malice? And what are those issues normally around? How often?
I think we fight like probably in a week we fight like twice or 3 times.
3 times a week. You fight 3 times a week. What are normally the issues? What are the issues? What are normally around?
It can be so annoying at times.
It can be annoying. I like that. It can be annoying. How?
He loves to sleep on weekends.
He loves to sleep and sleeping on weekends.
Yes, like he sleeps. Let me say, from at 12 midnight to 10 in the morning. And another thing, you have to tell him to do something. If I want him to buy me something.
Like, you'd have to remind him over and over again to make sure he doesn't forget. Now, what strategy have you come up to make sure you can deal with your disagreements? Do you have any at this stage so that you don't have cold wars and fight them?
Most of the time when he does something, I have to call him or I text him, this and this, you did this and you did that and I don't like it. That's what I do.
You're upfront in telling you. Communicate is enough. Communicate enough. What else do you think you put together as a strategy to make sure they don't cross the line?
For me, well, normally we do talk is whenever there's something that each one of us is doing that is not right, before we allow things to slip over for the next day, we ask that we communicate and then talk. So that's one of the things. So in most cases, whenever she tries to call me and couldn't reach me, she
texts you.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a funny thing. So I call you, couldn't pick up your phone. There are a lot of things that we deal with and we cannot deal with it on television. But rules of engagement. You say you give her regular updates on a daily basis.
Yes.
How often?
5
times a day.
Every minute. If I have to go, for example, I'm spending say an extra time in the office. I call and say I'll be staying.
I'll be late for 30
So whatever
minutes.
I do, even if I'm going to a meeting, I have to call and let her know. So she did the same. So
you know exactly at some point in time where they are, if they're moving away from the office, and you know, understanding each other. You say she talks, she prefers to do than talk?
Yeah.
And so if you're waiting for him to
he
talk,
don't normally expresses
the way he
feels.
He doesn't express the way he feels. You want him to do that more?
He normally talk. He normally do.
He just
than
act.
Talk. Yeah.
He would rather buy you a gift than tell you he loves you. Well, which one do you
And
prefer?
sometimes I prefer him telling me.
Yeah, you see that love languages, and there are 5 love languages. As gift, she prefers being told than gifts. And so watch that. If it's a priority for her, you watch that. Transparency. Tell me about transparency. What you're doing. I know it's early days, but what are you doing to increase the transparency level? I know telling each other where you are at any point in time is important. What else are you doing?
For us, we're open. I can even leave my phone.
She can access your phone?
Yeah. She always keep...
No, tell me that. Tell me that.
I can access his phone.
It's not on lock. It's not on password.
WhatsApp, Facebook, Messenger, everywhere.
Why is it because you're not afraid?
Yeah, because I made a decision.
You made a decision. What's that decision?
She's the one.
Yes, she is the one
for me, and so in order for her to have the trust, the belief in me, I decided to be open.
And you're listening, you're hearing that, you're going to be disagreements if you do not put together the strategy to be able to deal with this. You're no way your relationship is going to survive. Now, what do you think is what you're going to continue to do? Your word for them, and even for you, what you think would be necessary to keep this relationship going?
For me, the most important thing, I pray a lot.
You pray a lot?
I'm a Christian, yes.
You pray a lot?
I'm a Christian, I pray. And I normally, though he's a Muslim.
He's Muslim?
Yeah, I ask him to join me at times when I pray.
To pray? Okay.
And another thing, most ladies say they don't compromise when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationship, but you have to. You just have to. When you say you love someone, you have to do whatever they want you to do. You have to be as...
Mommy said.
Mommy said.
Yes.
You have to be submissive.
You have to be
husband.
submissive. Our veterans have something they will share. She will share. She has something that her grandma or whoever told her that I think is relevant to what you've said. And you know, the next edition of the show would have both you and them on the set, and then you can throw your questions and we could go. Now, we want to wrap up this series. Don't forget, in case you missed any of these, they are on our YouTube page. Just go and look for Life by Design SL TV, Life by Design SL TV on YouTube. It's there. Those are there, and it's on Facebook. And also, you can contact us on WhatsApp, and the numbers are all on your screen. 030-600-800. If you're listening to this, contact us and share your questions, because we're going to be, on the next edition of the show, we're going to be taking your questions. If you have any questions that's related to your relationship that you'd like to be able to us to respond to, this is your opportunity to be able to do that. The information is already on your screen. The number is 030-600-800. Send it there. We don't allow our rising star couple to go today without giving you a gift voucher from Goodies, who are the sponsors of this series. And when it's good, it's goodies. When it's good, it's goodies. Thank you very much. So congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Carbo. This is from our sponsors, Goodies, and I wish you all the best in your relationship. I've been together with Ellen for over 32 years. We've been together for 32 years, and it's also been a journey, but we were 2 months at some point in time, so don't despise 2 months at all. You want to put your hands together for that? Until we meet on another edition of the show, I have been your presenter, Joe Abbas-Bangura. Keep working on your own relationship. They don't happen by accident. They are made, and they are made to happen, and they're made to be what you want them to be. So until we meet on an edition of the show, keep creating the life you always wanted for yourself, your family, and your community, and your nation. Sierra Leone. God bless you.